7-0 Manhattan run to take their largest lead of this half. Here is Roman. The nifty moves in the post. It's the Roman Empire in there. Marua faces up against the shot blocker. Ozturk erased again. The great and powerful Oz do not go in there.
Welcome to the party.
Young in transition. Got another three. It's the Tegan Young show at Dratty. Amar lobs for Juric. The reverse can't go. She got her own miss and attacks and scores. Jaspers retake the lead. 18 points for Petra Juric, her biggest game in months. Again, they get it to Ward. Off the dribble against Juric. A block shot by Petra. She's doing it on both ends. A Croatian sensation for Manhattan. They call timeout once again. It's one of New York City's most storied rivalries on the hardwood, and once again, Borough bragging rights are on the line as we bring you the 55th women's edition of the Battle of the Bronx between the Fordham Rams and the Manhattan Jaspers. As we welcome you courtside here at Dratty Gymnasium, so glad you could boogie down with us on a Wednesday night here in the Big Apple with the Jasper Hall of Famer Chris Smooth Williams. I'm Jason Guerette. Smooth, you suited up 5 times in your Jasper career against the Rams, so you know better than anybody else what this rivalry really means.
Good evening, partner. It's about tradition.
And the Jaspers are also going for a 4th consecutive win tonight. They're going to have to contend with a terrific all-around player and the unquestioned alpha ram for the Fordham Rams, and that's Taylor Donaldson.
A.K.A. TD. She's the true leader of this team.
And she did not play in the Battle of the Bronx last year at Rose Hill Gym. The star of that game was Manhattan point guard Nitsan Amar. She's having a great senior season as well. Back in the Bronx, today's MAC women's basketball game on ESPN Plus is sponsored by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. By Jersey Mike's, proud supporter of MAC Sports. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. And by SoldOut.com, the official ticket resale marketplace for the MAC. Start of the 4th quarter, it's a 1-point lead for the Manhattan Jaspers. They have erased a 17-point deficit, outscoring Sacred Heart 22-10 in the 3rd quarter. And we'll see whether the Jaspers can keep up the pink tsunami, so to speak.
I like that, pink tsunami. But in this case here, as well as the Jaspers played in that 3rd quarter, it's always scary when you have a player like Pryor on the other end. She can affect the game both ends of the floor defensively, and she can score, get her teammates involved.
Pryor with back-to-back baskets to end that 3rd quarter for Sacred Heart. 7 of the 10 points for the Pioneers in that period came from their star, but Jimenez Montserrat is back on the board. Here's 2nd basket.
Strong drive by Inez, not settling for the 3. You love when she's aggressive like that.
First conference meeting between Sacred Heart and Manhattan. Carmen Williams is fouled by Tegan Young. A little bit of a reach there. We'll keep an eye on the foul trouble as well. Pryor playing with 3 fouls. Jimenez Montserrat with 3 on the Manhattan side. Several others with 2. If it turns into a free throw battle late, advantage Manhattan. Although Pryor can get to the line with the best of them. Johnson from the outside left it short. Good offensive board. Kirby cannot finish. Amar is tied up, and Sacred Heart has the arrow. Guess who again, Smooth?
Of course. You know, again, this Sacred Heart team understands when they shoot the ball because their percentage is low. There's a possibility they may miss. Coach has told them, go to the glass.
Coach has told them, assume that it's a miss. Sacred Heart, the best offensive rebounding team in the MAC, coming in almost 13 per game. Manhattan not too shabby either. They're in the top half as well. Nicira Pryor. Off to Williams. Solid screen by Kirby. The floater and a foul. See if they get that one on. It is Young.
It's a good job by Williams, seeking out the contact, again, going to the rim there. Not sure if she's going to make that shot, but she understands if I can get close enough to a defender, draw some contact, I'll get to the free throw line.
And she is the best free throw shooter for Sacred Heart at about 80%. 1 out of 2 today for the transfer from George Mason in the Atlantic 10.
Well, you wouldn't expect anything less with the last name Williams.
Indeed. And you were an excellent free throw shooter as well.
Not bad for me. Not bad for me.
Runs in the name.
In the genes.
And did I mention she's from South Jersey as well?
She gets some Philly love.
Back to a 1-point game Full court press for Sacred Heart. We haven't seen this in a while. Christina Juric right near the basket has it taken away by Pryor.
Talked about keeping that ball high. Don't bring it down low. Pryor's right there.
Her 5th steal of the game. Amelia Wood pressured by Juric. Going to work on the drive. Got to the basket, score it, and the foul, and Sacred Heart back in front.
Excellent spin move and the closeout scoop underneath the arms of Kiki.
As good as the 3rd quarter was, the 4th has started out the opposite way for Sacred Heart.
Really good setup. Obviously, Kiki overplays. When you overplay, you're able to use that spin to your advantage and the scoop to close it out.
Wood completes a 3-point play. It's her first points since the 1st quarter. She got 7 in the opening 10 minutes.
Jaspers had some issues with this pressure in the first half.
Indeed, and Hannah Mule is telling her teammates that she needs some help. Kick ball will keep it with the Jaspers. Jessica Minetti's club looking for a 2nd consecutive MAC win. And that would be the first time here in their first year in the new conference they were able to do that. Jaspers got to get it over, and they do. Heather Vulen calling out the play from the bench. Mule looking inside for Ozturk. Now Jimenez Montserrat on the drive is able to cash it in.
Another good drive by Inez, but give credit to Layla Ozturk with the great post up and the shield off to open up that lane.
The defender could not help. Carmen Williams. Now Pryor. Jaspers in the 2-3 zone. Pryor, mid-range, tough shot. Off the mark, got her own miss. Here comes Johnson. Just flings it up. Juric was all over that play. Such length, Smooth, so tough to shoot over it.
Yes, indeed. And again, on this end of the floor, the Jaspers have a couple of mismatches. Take a look inside with Kiki.
Kirby fronting her there in the post. And a blocking foul called on Pryor. That is number 4 on the Star.
Wow, that's a questionable one. Thought Pryor was in good position considering she's so quick.
Well, Pryor is going to stay out there. Her coach trusts her completely. And that feeling is mutual as well. Nicira Pryor, given her accolades with the transfer portal in today's day and age. Well, now she's of course going to head to the bench, but both of them had a chance to maybe go elsewhere. They're going to rock with each other, they said.
I like when she said that I'm rocking out with her. And again, it seems as though they have a tremendous relationship.
Pick and roll. Ozturk cannot finish. Grace John, the backup for Pryor, able to grab the board.
Wood doing a good job coming over to harass that shot.
Nalise Dudley is into Juric, and another block shot. What a game for Christina Juric, her 3rd rejection.
No question about it. You love her aggressiveness on both ends of the floor. Look at the post up.
16 points, that's a career high. Also 9 rebounds today. Working on a double-double. Jimenez Montserrat. Now picked up by Wood on the switch. Almost lost the ball, needs help, and the Jaspers give it away. Dudley almost gave it right back. Swarmed in the backcourt. Numbers now for Sacred Heart. It's John. Another block. Christina Juric on the erasure.
Well, that was going to be really tough. You had Christina and Layla right there waiting back there for you. 2 of the better shot blockers in the league on the Jaspers. That's a tough one for the small guard.
Ozturk is the 3rd leading shot blocker in the MAC on a per-game basis. Juric is 6th. Wood, that's her shot. Cannot hit it. And there's a double-double for Christina Juric, the 1st of her career.
And her big sister is somewhere smiling.
Tie score, 42 apiece, 6.5 to play here in the Bronx. Glad you're with us. Almost another steal. That's a tie-up. Manhattan's got the arrow this time. Grace John, a little Nicira Pryor in that.
No question. She practices against her every day, so you know she picks up some things. A small guard also, but you have to protect the basketball, be strong with it against both of them.
Well, big minutes here for John, a junior college transfer, originally from Nigeria, with Pryor on the bench with 4 fouls. Big point in the game as well. Amar attacks. Goes up strong, all ball there. Williams on the steal. And now Numbers the other way. John looking to be aggressive. So is Amelia Wood to the turnaround. And no that time, and the 11th rebound for Christina Juric.
Wood went to the spin move once again, too hard on the shot.
Such a critical game for both teams. Manhattan trying to end a 3-game losing streak. Sacred Heart trying to get closer to the top 10 in the standings. Hannah Mule steps back over Kirby, no. And over the back that time, Juric had one hand in the shoulder and the other hand going for the board. It's only her second foul, but it is the Manhattan Jaspers' last foul to give. Again, we'll keep an eye on that foul situation for both teams down the stretch.
And speaking of fouls, Jason, I believe it's so important for the Jaspers to, if possible, make a run, get some space between themselves and the Pioneers while Pryor's on the bench.
Indeed, there are not many better closers, I think, given their skill set in this conference than Nicira Pryor.
And it's more so not just because she can close it offensively, defensively, she's such a menace also.
Young in for Jimenez Montserrat defensively for Manhattan. John off to Williams, still the 2-3 zone here. Back outside for John. Now in the post. The kick out, Dudley, that's a 3. Cannot connect, and the game is still tied. Both teams are cold. Almost 3 minutes without a point for either. Amar with the right-hand dribble. Ozturk on the skip. Reversal to Mule. Ozturk from the outside. Swish! Jaspers regain the lead.
And Layla was ready to shoot that basketball. Hands ready. She has good range there, knocks it down.
She has been ready to shoot that shot all season. Jaspers used this zone to force a ton of turnovers here in the third quarter. Got them all the way back and got them in front. Here's Wood into a double team. Off the hands of John, she recovers. 5 to shoot. Grace John, blocked by Amar. Got her own miss, floated it up. It did not hit the rim, and a shot clock violation. A critical stop for Manhattan, leading into the final media timeout. 44-42, the Jaspers on their home court trying to close it out here on ESPN+.